Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Love. I hope everyone is doing great. In today's video, as you can see from the title, I will be covering something very crucial and important and the most recent update made by IRCC and Immigration Canada, which is not just an update but a very good news for international students and temporary workers working in Canada under a postgraduate work permit or under an open work permit. And in today's video, I will be covering all of that in details, and will not only be just covering that, we'll also be going in details about eligibility, and we'll be answering all your doubts about these, like who is eligible and how to apply for it and what basically you need, like a complete guide. So guys, make sure you stick to the end of the video. And since this was just the first update made by IRCC recently on 12th April, they will also be posting more and more updates about it in the future. So guys, make sure you're subscribed, as I will be posting about these updates here on my channel as well, and will try and clarify it for you in a more simpler language. And without wasting any time, let's just get into the video and let's just go ahead and look at the website on what this update is basically, and I will clarify each and every doubt on the way. Okay, so as you guys can see, we're currently on the Government of Canada website, and whatever information I will be sharing and explaining you guys will be from this particular website, so it will be official, and I will make sure to leave all the links down in the description for you guys, so you guys can also go ahead and read it yourself. So for now, I'll just make sure to cover all the major points and explain it to you guys in the most simple language if you haven't heard about it or if you haven't understand what it is about. So basically, as you can see, it says it is the new pathway to PR program for over 90,000 essential temporary workers and international graduates. So the good news is that yes, you can directly apply for PR now, but the bad news is that it is only for over 90,000 people, and I can be sure that there are definitely more than 2 or 3 lakh people who are already eligible for this. But it is only for, since it is only for 90,000, so it will be based on first come and first serve basis. So let's go ahead and let's see the major points that it covers and all the eligibility requirements. And if you guys, by the end of the video, if you realize that yes, you are eligible, so guys, make sure to be ready with your files and everything, and I will cover that by the end of the video as to what you need so you can be ready to apply for it before you miss it. So as you can see, it came out on the 14th of April, which is most recent, and it was yesterday. And the major point here is that this policy will grant permanent status to temporary workers and international graduates, which are international students who are already in Canada and who possess the skills and experience we need to fight the pandemic and accelerate our economic recovery. So basically, the major point here is that you need to be already present in Canada when you file for this and when you get this. So you have to be present in Canada for this. Now, to be eligible, the major eligibility here is that for workers, for temporary workers, the workers must have at least 1 year of Canadian work experience in a healthcare profession or another approved essential occupation. For the international graduates and for international students, they must have completed an eligible Canadian post-secondary program within the last 4 years and no earlier than January 2017. So this is the major eligibility criteria for international students, that you must be eligible, that to be eligible, you must be a graduate from a Canadian post-secondary program, like a diploma program or a degree program, which we will cover in details in a little bit, within the last 4 years and not earlier than January 2017. Now, it will be effective from May 6th. So this is a really important date. So from May 6th, this program will be effective, and IRCC will begin accepting applications under the following 3 streams. Number 1 is 20,000 applicants for temporary workers in healthcare, 30,000 applicants for temporary workers in other selected essential occupation, and 40,000 applications for international students who graduated from a Canadian institution. So this is important for us as students. So it is for 40,000. It will only accept 40,000 applications from students. But I know there are so many students, they definitely double the students who are eligible. So guys, make sure again, if you're eligible, be prepared with your files. And the thing is, so they have said that only up to 90,000 permanent residents will be admitted under these streams. And now to go ahead and talk about what is the eligibility requirements. So let's go ahead and details and talk about who is eligible and who is not. So if I click on this link which says the eligibility requirements, it will take me to a different page over here, as you can see. And these are all the following links which will tell you if you are eligible or not, and will cover eligibility criteria for different categories. So for us, since I'm talking about international students here, so it says a temporary public policy to facilitate the granting of permanent residence for foreign nationals in Canada outside of Quebec with a recent credential from a Canadian post-secondary institution. This is the link that we need to talk about. So if I click on it, if I open it, so You can see it will cover all the conditions and the background. The background, basically it will tell it, basically this tells you why they started this policy and what was the reason behind it. So as you can see over here, it shows that basically in Canada, the government of Canada's target was to have around 400,000, which is 4 lakh admissions of new permanent residents in 2021 as a part of its 2021 to 2023 immigration level plan. But as we all know, due to COVID, border restrictions and lockdowns, they couldn't achieve their plan and they were not able to reach to 400,000, and that is why they started this rule. So basically, that is why they announced this new rule, and now so international students and workers who are eligible can actually take a lot of advantage of this and can reach their dreams and goals of getting PR very early. So now let's go ahead and let's not go in details about this background. If you want, I'll leave the link down for this as well, and you guys can read it out. But let's go ahead and discuss the main eligibility criteria, what you need to have for this rule to apply under this category. So basically, as you can see, conditions, eligibility requirements applicable to principal applicants. So as you can see, the foreign nationals must have completed prior to the date on which the application for PR is received and no earlier than January 2017 a program of study at one of the following DLIs, which is designated learning institutions in Canada. So basically, your college or institution as an international student will definitely be a DLI. So if you still want to check it, I'll also leave a link down where you guys can go and check if your college is a DLI approved or not. So most likely it will be, and it is basically a public or post-secondary institution such as college, trade technical school, university, or in Quebec. Private school in Quebec that operates under the same rules, a private or public post-secondary institution. So like in short, basically your college or university. Make sure to go ahead and click on the link in my bio to read if you're and to know if your college is a DLI approved or not. Second, the second requirement is the first requirement, as we know, is that you need to be graduated from a DLI no earlier than January 2017. Secondly, you have been granted one of the following credentials. Credentials means your diploma or degree following the completion of your program of study from an eligible institution. So you need to have either a degree after completing your program. It could be an associate degree, bachelor's degree, master's, or doctorate, which must be a degree issued on a completion of a program of at least 8 months in duration. So it should be of minimum 8 months. Secondly, a degree, diploma, certificate, or an attestation issued on completion of a program of any duration leading to an occupation in a skilled trade. So it should be under this category if it is of less than 8 months. Thirdly, one or more diplomas, certificates where the following conditions are met. For diplomas, each program of study must be at least 8 months in duration, and combined length of the credential must be equivalent to a 2-year credential, which is at least 16 months in duration. Now, another requirement, the major requirement here is that you should be employed in Canada with a valid permit or authorization to work pursuant to the Act and regulations at the time of applications for permanent residence is received and must not be self-employed unless you're working as a medical doctor. Another major eligibility criteria which is important for international students is that you must have attained a level of proficiency of at least benchmark 5 in either of the official language for each of the 4 language skill areas. So this means you need to give an Ielts general exam for permanent residency, not the Ielts academic, but the Ielts general exam. And what does this benchmark 5 means? So basically, I'll show it to you guys on the website of Government of Canada. What does this mean for the Ielts exam? So as you can see, I already opened it. So this is the language test equivalency charts for Government of Canada. So for us, we are doing the international Ielts exam, which is general training. So for CLB level 5, which is the benchmark 5, you need the following bands in each section. So 5 bands in writing, listening and speaking, and 4 bands in reading, and overall 5 bands. This is actually very not as tough and very easy for many students to achieve this score. And if you achieve this score, this is one of the eligibility requirements to apply under this category. Next, you should be residing in Canada with a valid temporary resident status and be physically present in Canada at the time of application for permanent residence. So like I mentioned before, you need to be physically present in Canada at the time of the application and when the application is approved. Next, you need to intend to reside in a province or territory other than Quebec. So this is for only who will reside in a province or territory other than Quebec. So for those who are in Quebec, sorry about that. But this is for those who are in colleges or universities or will be residing in territories other than Quebec. Now the next one, the next important eligibility requirement here is that you must have submitted an application for PR using the forms provided by the department. So this is about the application process, and have submitted their application for PR under the public policy using electronic means. So like you have to apply for it online. Now there are other conditions and eligibility requirements, applicable to family members or foreign family members. I'm only covering about the students in this video. So if you guys are in a different category and you want to read about the eligibility requirements, the link will be in the description. Now to take note about the intake cap. So basically a maximum of 40,000 applicants will be accepted for processing. So this means only 40,000 students in applications will be accepted. So it's, like I said, on the first come first serve basis. To be ready with your files, all the fees that you basically need to pay for the PR application will be charged on your application. Now the most important thing here is the start and end dates. So basically this public policy comes into effect on May 6th, 2021, and it will end on November 5th, 2021, or once 40,000 applications have been received, whichever comes first. So I definitely think that 40,000 applications could be received like in the first month. So that is why I'm telling you guys to be ready with your files and be ready with all these requirements. So like the first thing I would recommend you to do after this video is to, if you think you're eligible, to go ahead and book your Ielts General, because after this rule it will be really hectic and it will be like so much crowd for the Ielts booking. So make sure to book your Ielts as early as possible for Ielts General, and you guys can give it right away. Okay, so I hope I was able to clarify everything about this new rule, and I was able to answer your questions about the eligibility and what this basically new update is. And I hope this clarifies and it answers your question that if you are eligible or not. If you are, my recommendation would be to please go ahead and prepare your file with documents. Make sure you have all the documents. Make sure to book an IELTS appointment in Canada and give your IELTS exam right away. Now there will be a big crowd for IELTS exam, and it will be really hard to get the appointment. So make sure to have that appointment with you. Give the IELTS general exam, and you need to score 5 bands overall and 5 in each section except reading, in which you need 4 bands. For now, if you're thinking of using the help of an agent, I would say wait and don't. For now, just prepare your documents and be ready with your file. And because this is just the first update that came, they will also be posting more and more updates about it in the near future. So I will make sure to post about that as well on my channel. So guys, make sure you're subscribed and your notifications are on, as whenever the IRCC posts more updates about it, I will make sure to post it on my channel right away and clarify more in details about it for you guys. So as always, make sure you're subscribed. If you still have any more questions about eligibility or anything in general, guys, drop down your comment and I will make sure to get back to all of you. I will try and answer and clarify your doubts to the best of my knowledge. As always, guys, take care, do subscribe, do like the video if you find it helpful, share it with your friends, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.